Alrighty, let's go ahead and make the rounds through Torgoth then. Oh, already somebody. A bunch of refugees from Indol have wound up in Torgoth, but never fear. Gloom Farm can provide for them all. Be it 100 people or 1,000, we'll feed them all on tasty veg. Each one of our vegetables is packed to bursting with nutrients, so there's no chance they'll go hungry. Ha ha ha! This is all thanks to the hard work my family's put in over the generations. Considering what this place used to look like, I'll consider that a achievement.
Maybe agriculture is
Alright, gonna grab some of this and then keep exploring. Pretty sure some of the stuff here is used in making more love source, so I remember having to go through and grab a bunch of... I can't remember exactly which one it was, but still. The phonics has something new to say, huh? Alright, that's easily fixed. Let's see, we're not likely to see Janud anytime soon, so may as well swap you out. Get in here.
I've been sharpening my fangs for this day to come. But would you mind having a chat?
What's new from you? The people in Torgoth are so kind. They're making places to live for all those people who suddenly showed up. Normally, if outsiders come into your territory, that's the cue for a fight. Turf wars are such a pain, though. Personally, I'd probably just give up and leave. But in Torgoth, it looks like everyone will be getting along well pretty soon. Glad to hear it. Alright, we'll see more of the results as we carry on then. Oh, and speaking of which... No wonder why there were so many of these. As I was going through here, everyone must be feeling the effect. Ugh, can't I win one single match? Stupid Elunid, why can't he at least let me win once? I guess it's still fun though, even if I end up losing. I'm glad I've got my friends to play with. But that just sounds like I'm a quitter, doesn't it? Just you wait, Elunid, you're gonna get your comeuppance. Even after our bug-catching showdown, me and Leaf have been facing off with all sorts of other things. Though we don't go anywhere near dangerous places anymore, of course. Anyway, at the moment I've won 10 times out of 10. I haven't lost once. Yeah, I guess I really am my man's son. I don't believe in losing. I'm sure. How are you doing? Indol's sunk beneath the cloud sea, and we're being flooded with refugees. We're already seeing scuffles popping up between the refugees and the locals all around the city center. It's a total shambles, and even if I went back to the homeland, it's on the verge of sinking too. Somebody, anybody, get Ulrich out of this mess. You're going to help us? Oh yes, please do, please do. Yeah, you expected calm, but it is me, Dia. Wait, wrong script. Yes, I am horrible. Why do you ask? Actually, I wonder if it's... I know Vess has a heart-to-heart that I haven't seen yet. I wonder if I can trigger that now.
I could have sworn.
Hard to say, but still.
Please open your hearts to me.
Assignment complete.
Ooh.
I hope you will be the bearer of good news.
Alrighty, off we go then. So the World Tree didn't budge an inch even after that Titan bumped right into it? What must that thing be made of? As a botanist, naturally the World Tree piques my curiosity to no end. What I wouldn't give to examine it for myself someday. I could take young Ellis along too, do a bit of field work. Ellis is the kid in town who takes care of the trees. He's got quite an appreciation for nature, and even told me he wants to be a botanist when he's older. So I figured it's my duty to be a good example for him, you know? Set him on the right track. Fair enough. Alrighty. Let's explore down this way then. There's someone. Lately, the adventurers and merchants who visit this port have a constant edge of worry in their voice. The great Titan of Indol is sunk beneath the clouds, and 3 others have gathered around the World Tree. Nothing about any of this is normal. Gormott is still quite far from the tree, but I'm sure we will be plagued with people fleeing from the danger zone. How did the world come to this? It feels like the notion of peace has faded away into a distant dream. Yeah, things are about to get... well, what's the phrase? Things get worse before they get better? Yeah, we're about to hit that point, aren't we? Especially once Well, especially once Malice has decided enough is enough and starts acting up, but... Well, we'll deal with it as we need to, right? Ooh, someone to talk to. I might even talk to you at all. Hard to say. Why'd you give me such a whopping great shock? Did I do something to deserve it? I guess I shouldn't have let the giant stag beetle loose from the house. Mom probably put it up to it though, huh? Okay then. So usual kid shenanigans at least. At least there's one thing that's normal. Alright, anything up this way? Guess we'll find out. So I noticed this ladder here, and I don't believe I've ever seen what's on the top of this. Does this just connect back to the rest somehow?
Let us face the day with a renewed vigor.
I wonder if this will be relevant for a heart-to-heart at some point. It doesn't look like it's discreetly connected to anything right now, but there's a ladder here anyway. I wonder why. Well, whatever the case may be, there we are. I guess we'll find out before too long. For now, let's keep exploring. Oh yeah, with the time change you three showed up, huh? How are you doing? Thank you so much for helping us. Pa's still not come back after all this time. That's why from this day forth, I'm standing in as Representative Ma. Although now that I think about it, I guess that's kind of embarrassing. You helped our big brother out a lot, didn't you? We're so grateful. Also, when Dad's gonna be back? I really want us all to play the game that our big bro sent us. Nah, about that. Wonder how different things would be if I did let him go. Hard to say, though to be fair. He did murder someone important, so it's not like I could just let him walk away. Oh, you're the ones who helped out my big bro. Hey, guess what? He sent us a present. There was a letter with it too. You and big bro solved the mystery together, right? I'm so proud of him. He's like some kind of genius detective. If only you knew. Guess he's keeping the exact details under wraps, as you'd expect. How the hell do you explain that, hey, I got to solve a murder mystery? Who was the murderer? Dad. I would not want to explain that either. Not in the slightest. Oh hey, thinking of joining the Vigilantes, are you? I've just issued orders to our resident Vigilantes. Immigrants from Moradane have been on the increase lately. No one wants to stay aboard the sinking ship. Looks like I turned into a veteran overnight. Well, we just got to roll with the punches. Yeah, lucky you. Always something to worry about, huh? Always something to worry about. We're getting more and more refugees from Moradane. Apparently Indol sank beneath the clouds, and Moradane and Uraya have been flooded with refugees from there. That influx got some Ardanians wanted to jump ship to Gormott, since life seems so much safer around here. If you ask me, the Ardanians still have it pretty good compared to all those Indoline folk who lost their homes. I could understand if it was people from Indol seeking refuge here, but with most of them are Ardanians. If you ask me, they should learn to cope with a little inconvenience. Feels like they're taking advantage of us. I mean, I'm not going to turn them away, but I doubt everyone's going to make them feel very welcome. You know what? Entirely fair point. Entirely fair point. I'm kind of surprised we haven't run into any Indolese yet. Or any actual named characters for that matter. I'll probably have to stop by More Ardain to find a few of those. I don't have the... Oh, that's why I don't have it. Let's go ahead and take care of this real quick. How much is the deed gonna cost for here, assuming we can get it? Not yet, huh? Well, just in case I could have bought it somewhere else. That do the trick, or am I gonna have to do something else? Something else, alright. Eventually, right? Eventually. At least there's plenty of people to talk to and worry about through here. Is this gonna be a similar circumstance? Guess we'll find out, won't we? Oh, nice. Lure range, huh? That's useful. Hello, you. It's precisely because our country is in a state of crisis that we need to rally the people of Gormott. At this rate, we might have to go from house to house and indiscriminately make everyone touch core crystals. I actually suggested that to the Bureau of Internal Affairs, you know. But they told me no, on grounds that we'd end up with a pile of citizens lying in pools of their own blood. Which is a fair point, but seeing the state the world is in, we can't afford to have people sitting doing nothing. That doesn't mean you... Just getting a blade isn't gonna necessarily solve the problem, though. Arguably, that'll make things worse because then suddenly you've got a bunch of people who are armed. Depending on your perspective, you could arguably be making things far worse. Sons of refugees from Indol have arrived here in Torgoth. This is the chance of a lifetime. I'm going to teach them all about the wonders of Gormott woodcrafts. One look at my beautiful woodcrafts, and I'm sure they'll forget all about their wars. Aha. Well, good luck with that. What are you up to? Right now, the people of Torgoth are doing everything they can. There. Don't get in too much of a hurry, calm down. Right now, the people of Torgoth are doing everything they can to get no houses built for the refugees. After all, they can hardly live in tents in the Aldanian army base forever. It's only natural that many of them are depressed or angry. How can they feel safe without the roof over their heads? Yeah. Although weren't a bunch of you being worked to the bone anyway? I remember one of the first side quests you unlock has a bunch of people fretting over that. About how you just have no time for anything. Well, look who it is. You really saved us a lot of work back there. Thanks for helping out with the repairs. Oh yeah, about those Turken. They're helping out with the guard duty over on Rahim's tower. You really taught them a lesson, but I feel sorry for them, so I offered them the job. They're good birds. Fair enough. Glad to see that worked out at least. Alright, doesn't look like there's anything more as far as people to talk to through here. So, I guess I get to go explore the rooftop a little bit then, huh? Guess we'll see. There we are. Tataka make another discovery of century! 2 insane decade! Tataka been watching Driver scout carefully and finally noticed something. When Blade resonates with Driver, very rare chance to unlock crazy strong hidden power. Big possibility of unbelievable power, stronger than Aegis, stronger than Jewel of Morardain! And it even looked like normal Blade from distance, but from it, Tataka see amazing potential. So Driver's not give up on Dream, and someday we'll meet Best Blade with power beyond compare! Uh-huh. Thank you for the tutorial. You silly game. How many times am I gonna have to say that line? Yes, the answer is yes. Someone down this way. Ah, here we are. Have you ever eaten something called snowy Uraya galette? It's so delicious, right? Sion loves this stuff. I want to go to Tantal with Sion someday and see goes to Tudlea? Plants in the natural environment. I bet Sion would get so excited. She's always wondering about what kind of gorgeous plant it could be. Anyway, this is all thanks to the work you've done encouraging business here in Gormott. We'd never have been able to eat such delicious food if it weren't for all the trade with Tantal lately. So, thanks a bunch. Alright, another one of those, hey, things are going well actually, you're fine. For now, anyway. Huh, neat. Got some of those set up. Now what do you have to say? I never did talk with you before, did I? Oh, it's the true heroes! I heard you guys saved the Phonics heroes, right? Thanks so much! Ooh, I could learn from your humble attitude. That's true heroes for you. Alrighty then. Okay, that's a weird transition. Why? Oh well. Whatever the case may be. Alright, I think that's all I care to explore in Torgoth for now. In that case, that's probably the majority of there. You know what? We'll keep going by region. We'll hit Uraya next. I know I saw a bunch of quests set up over there. Although I wonder how many of them were Blade quests. Hard to say.
That was a slog.
Let us go.
Here we are. What are you all up to? I don't know who invented those artificial blades, but I feel sorry for them. Having the creation stolen by Torna and used as a terrible weapon. Inventors always have a hard time of it. My dad, the guy who invented artificial blades, all of them. It makes me sad that great skills bring trouble instead of respect. Sometimes the world just isn't fair. I just realized there's a heart-to-heart I can unlock for Rock by going to stay at the inn here. What are you all up to? Van Damme would have told Nick to stay too. I'm sure of it. You made the right choice. I'm sure Jelvid will be able to understand too someday. He just needs to do a bit more growing up. Nobody can live a perfect life unless there's some kind of god. Or even then. You told a hopeless case like me to stay, and as I have sworn, I will serve to protect this town and the Merc Group. I understand that Jelvid may not see me in the best light. Oh, I don't begrudge him for it. If Van Damme were here, I believe he would have wanted me to stay. Speaking of Jelvid, how is he doing? Oh, nice of you to be watching over, huh? Welp. Either way, how are you taking it? Don't have to worry about me. I'm gonna get so strong. Yeah, I'll be a grown-up in no time. I'll be a driver with a cool blade before you know it. So just throwing your all into that, huh, to try and distract? Most likely. Alright, I've talked to you already. That requires beguiling charm that I don't have yet. The Urayan Titan shook like it's never shaken before. Who could have dreamed the day would come when all the Titans would gather around the World Tree? Could this be the end of all rest or something more? At any rate, you can leave Garfont to me. I'll keep it safe. I was a renowned driver in my day, you know. After all these years of rest, I'm feeling about ready for a punch-up. Only problem is, I don't have a blade to fight with. How'd that happen? If you know what, never mind. How are you doing? Jelvid never lets up. You can't take your eye off him for a second. It's a lot odd for a Nipper to take on board what happened with Nick and his parents, but he'll get over it someday. To be honest, I'm not sure if he really understands what his folks are going through right now. Yeah, there's a lot going on, isn't there? There's always something, huh? Always something. Phantom, I was so glad he was there to help us. If we'd gone to Indol, we probably wouldn't be alive now. Amatis was a two-faced grown-up, wasn't he? With Van Damme, at least you always knew where you stood. I finally understand now. He was one of those rare grown-ups you can trust. I'm glad to be here now. I'm so grateful to Van Damme, and to you too. Yeah, that could have ended very badly. One twist of fate, huh? Yeah. Everyone's talking about scary things a lot right now, but sometimes we get good news. Like, I found out recently others are safe in Argentum. Dad says he'll take me to see them once all the fighting settles down. I never thought I'd get to see my friends again. I can't wait. You must have arrived from Indol then, huh?
Will be the bearer of good news.
That makes sense to me. That's the most likely outcome anyway. Anything new here? It doesn't look like there's anything in this corner. Alrighty, let's see to the mercs and then keep exploring. Well,
I will show you later.
I guess I just need to keep throwing you at merc missions and eventually you'll be done, huh? Nice. Another S+. Although I haven't seen it. Oh yeah, we've already taken care of your blade quest. What am I saying? How quickly I forget.
Yes, of course.
Best of luck, guys. Don't let you down.
Alright, off you go. 3 more to go, I'm pretty sure. Or 2 more. I'll find out in due time, right? All in due time. Now, who's up here that I can talk to? Oh, hey, Harold. Enjoying the view? You know Cole in Fonsamino, right? Van Damme introduced me to him once. I stopped by his place when I was over in Fonsamino recently. Seems he's getting sicker. He's in a bad way. I was wondering if you'd be able to help him. Interesting. I wonder if that'll end up playing into something later. You have any thoughts? Nope, you're just being all business as usual. I'm trying to remember, have I been using more Danian or well, no, I've been using Scottish or Australian for you. I'll just keep using Australian since Uraya. To think the inscriptions here turned out to be the work of the ancient Nopon. I was talking with Alistair, and he explained that long ago, those murals used to be just above water level. Over the years, the place drained out, and now at the bottom of what used to be a lake. We have the whole mercenary village of Garfont. The history of Allrest holds so many mysteries to unravel. It's fascinating. I think I'm gonna set out wandering again soon. I want to find more places like this one, brimming with mystery. Alrighty then. What do you have to say?
Would you mind having a chat?
Did you know Mr. Van Damme used to live in Fonsamima before he became a mercenary? Of course, Van Damme is just a nickname. His real name is Aquila Hornet Sol Esteriol. He's actually a scion of the noble Paranev family of Uraya. Really now? Van Damme's just a name that he borrowed from a famous person that he looked up to as a kid. I heard him mention that in his more sprightly days... Well, I heard him mention this in his more sprightly days. I'm very knowledgeable when it comes to these things. How old are phonics then? We don't... Now that I think of it, they haven't told us too much about phonics. I wonder how old they can get, or how old they can be at any given time. Well, how old they can live for. Why do I have to phrase things weirdly every time? Either way. While I'm here, though, let's swap blades around real quick. Rex?
Rock.
We can deal with Ursula's quest once we get to Fonsamima. For now, you're up. So I just need to rest here, right? Let's see. Haven't gained a whole lot of experience since we've only been in a sum total of 1 combat round. So, we'll go ahead and take care of this and see what Rock has to say. Probably gonna be focused more on the Garfont mercenaries more so than anything else, but we'll see. Rex, I have a favor to ask. A favor? Would you take me somewhere where you can get a full view of Garfont and tell me about the place? Sure, no problem. This ought to be good.
Fur of Master Pawn is ruffle. Engage comb protocol.
Let's see, where's they marked it out? Over that way, huh?
Dreamed about tasty sausage the size of Poppy.
Sorry, I had to do a double take on this one. What are you doing out here? Uraya is such a lovely land. It kind of reminds me of an area called Satoral back in our world. Yeah, I can see that. I wonder if you have any heart-to-heart set. Well, just in general, to be fair. Hello. How are you two doing? You heard about this? I've never been out to Temperantia myself, so I don't know if this is true, but I heard they got some crazy strong monster called Tyranno Titan Kuradil sealed away over there. About 300 years ago, a couple of hundred ice-type blades teamed up and put the seal on them, they say. I heard they got loads of nasty monsters like that over there. There's no people living there. It's a desolate place. Probably because of all the monsters, I'll bet. Probably, yeah. Probably. Anyway, do I need to do anything special for this?
I call on the power of water.
No. Thank you, game. You show mercy on me. I believe this will take me where I need to go. Yes! Excellent. Adjusting your non-existent hat. Good job, Bridget. Well, Morag. Why do I keep mixing you two up?
View of the whole village from here, right?
Indeed. It's quite the vista. Such a fine village it is, too. Certainly no one is awash with luxury down there. But still, the people are remarkably happy. Even when life is hard, they keep smiling, keep looking forward.
I think of it as the continuation of Van Damme's spirit. He may be gone, but his good deeds outlive him.
Yes, it's a fine thought, knowing the man who built and protected this village was once my driver.
Do you want to hear about Van Damme?
Well, it seems a tad rude to go on about my old driver in front of my current one, but I've heard he was quite the remarkable man. Naturally, I'm curious.
He was one of the good guys, all right? He had big muscles, a big voice, and an even bigger heart. It was Van Damme who taught me the basics of being a driver. More than that, in fact. He taught me all about blades, how to fight, the way of the world. I didn't know him for long, but he taught me the most important things I know.
Is that right? He was the kind of solid, powerful, and dashing sort that is irresistible to the opposite sex, I'll wager.
You'd have to ask Nia and Morag that opinion. Although, actually, did Morag ever... No, I don't think she did. You'd have to ask Nia then.
I'm not sure he was that much of a hit with the ladies, but he was a great guy, that's for sure.
I feel the loss of my memories of him very keenly.
Well, don't worry, Rock. Like I said before, the people of this village are carrying on what he started, and so are we. I hope I can become as good as him someday. I may still have a way to go, but just you stick with me, Rock, and one day, you'll see.
I don't doubt it.
Alrighty then. Life goes on. Let's see. So, how's his affinity chart looking right now anyway? Ooh.
I see, indeed.
And then you just have to go fight a few Indoline enemies and we're done with you, huh? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I've been trying to pay attention to what overlap does or doesn't exist to try and minimize it, although, to be fair, for a lot of the generic monsters I can just send people off. Yep, and that's what I was looking forward to, is that there's a ton of nonsense to see to as far as Uraya is concerned, and it looks like a lot of it's not even contingent on my blades looking at all that.
What will we find?
Although my voice is starting to give way, so I think we'll let this be the final region we look at today. And then, or depending on how I break it up, and then we'll look towards more Ardain in another video. So for now, let's see, don't need to worry about too much for you. I want Ursula back, since that I can resolve her quest while I'm here.
I won't let you down.
Actually, I may as well
I
set
hope
that to the
at
active
least.
one so that I can get it done and dusted. There we are. Okay, now let's make the rounds. Ever hear of char-grilled grumbird? It's probably the tastiest thing I've ever eaten in my life, and that's no exaggeration. First time I tasted it, it almost moved me to tears. It was so delicious. Never thought us working with more Ardain would introduce us to a delicacy like that. The way I see it, I'll risk going to pot anyway, so I may as well blow all my savings on the food. I ain't got that many years on the clock left, but experiencing food like that, I think I can go happy now. Aha. Aha. Okay then. Huh. Something new from you. Wonder what that's about. No, I'm not alright. You know there are all these refugees from Indol now, right? Well, thanks to them, our rations have gotten smaller than ever. How am I supposed to feed my children on this? I mean, I know they're victims too, but if we keep on like this, everyone's gonna suffer. Us and them. The bigwigs need to stop thinking about their own interests and start putting the country first. I'll be very curious to see what other perspectives exist around here. I'm a bit tied up right now. Could you wait till this is done, you reckon? Things are really not great here, to be honest. The distribution centers have been a total mess lately. We've pinched for resources as it is, and now we've got all these Indolon refugees flooding in. The civilians here in Uraya are getting pretty cranky with us soldiers too. It's a real mess. We should be helping each other, not biting each other's heads off. It's a big blow to everyone here, for the refugees and for the folks who were here before. There are 3 distribution centers here in Fontamima, and all of them are running into problems right now. We'd be alright if we just had more support, but right now it's taking all we have just to cope with our own issues. You guys reckon you could lend a hand, do you? If you could help us out, it'd give us a little breathing space to get a handle on things. Maybe we could do something to get the civilians to calm down a bit. We're a bit short on food supplies here. That'd be our first request, I imagine. Think you'd be up for helping out? Thanks a bunch. Like I've said before, there are 3 distribution centers in total. There's this one, and the one in Grendel Repair Dock, and then one more in Fontamima Port. Each has its own problems, so you have to talk to the guys in charge separately. For us, it's Velmo here. I owe you one. We can't give you much in return, but we're counting on you. Alright, so that's why there's 3 quests in Fontamima. So 3 different distribution centers I'll have to help out with, huh? Alrighty, fair enough. Should make for an interesting bit of intrigue just to see what kind of troubles avail them. Hey, what's over this way? Oh, right, Traveling Bard. Let's see. Someone new I can talk to over there. I'm trying to remember how I get up there without just jumping from a high place. I mean, it works, to be fair. How are you doing, anyway? Refugees from Indol have landed not far from Grendel Repair Dock. That's Orion hospitality for you. We're all floored by Queen Rakura's benevolence. The people of Fontamima have also accepted them, getting ready for a life built side by side. Like the distribution center. The site moves me every time. I want to immortalize it in my art. But in the middle of all that, there are noble sons who... Pardon me, I was about to commit slander there. Is it really slander if it's the truth, though? Then it's just being rude. I hear Indol has fallen. I don't have much sympathy for them, since they led us astray and tried to bring us low. But it's also thanks to them that we have so many drivers around these days. So future generations will have to get used to having a lot less drivers around. And the Ardanians will have a major advantage with all their Titan weaponry too. Well, for as long as their Titan stays alive, that is. Yeah, that is the trick, isn't it? That is the trick. If you've come looking for good news, you're dang out of luck. All the country's Titans are battered and ragged with the fighting. And with all the people that escaped from Indol, our tempers are frying too. I wish I could say I saw a silver lining to this cloud, but I can't. Not in good conscience anyway. It might sound rough, but all we can do is try to wait it out. These are trying times for sure. At least when they can eat at our restaurant, the people can relax a smidgen. For as long as you've got food for them anyway. Okay, so there's a walkway up this way. If ever I want to stop being lazy. Either way, back to the Merc group. Hey, someone to talk to. Do you know what I want more than anything else right now? Money. Or rather, I should say security. I think that the way things are going, all rest as we know will be coming to an end. The Titans have all gathered together in one place, and everyone started fighting each other. It's patently clear. There's no guarantee any of us will make it out of this alive. But if anyone's out there is willing to help me survive, then, by the Architect, I'll pay them any penny I've got. Every penny I've got, anyway. Yeah, that's how it normally goes, isn't it? My granddaughter says you met King Eulogeminos once a long time ago. You've heard of him, right? The King of Tantal? Anyway, it was a few decades ago. The king was still young and free, out traveling the world. My granddad asked him what he thought of Uraya. He said he was a little disappointed with the lack of salvaging. Seems the king was a bit of a salvager freak back in the day. Yeah, he's quite a treasure hoarder from what I heard. Not entirely inaccurate, I suppose. Still nothing new there, huh? Wonder how I expand that. Oh hey, that's not a refugee. Well, that's not a distribution center. I guess the distribution center quest is all congealed into the same thing, huh? I guess I'll have something else to worry about instead. Cole's not been too healthy lately, and I know Iona's been worried about it a lot. My MoMA Playhouse is still running as usual, for now anyway, but I don't know how they'll keep it going without Cole. I might never get my chance to step out on the stage. I'm sure they'll manage, although... do I want to finish? No, we'll keep going at this. We'll keep at this pace. Hi there. Grandpa seems to be in a bad way. That's not good. Is Grandpa going to die? The problem was supposed to be with his ether flow, right? I might be able to do something with my powers the Master Blade. Really? You can fix Grandpa? I can't heal him completely. He's a flesh eater, right? There's nothing I can do for his human side. Then we'll see if we can't find a good doctor to attend to him. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. Please don't say anything about this to Grandpa yet. If we don't find a doctor who can help him, it'll just get his hopes up for nothing. Don't look so down. Rex will help your Grandpa, I know it. Yeah, it's a promise. Nice to see you being friendly, Mithra. Well, friendlier. Are you sure you're not a doppelganger? Or worse. New Merc mission. Finding a doctor's treated as a Merc mission, huh? Noted Ardanian doctor, huh? Info collector. Well, I'll have to check. Well, I'll probably prioritize Wulfric for now, but still, while I'm here, first off, wonder if I can talk to the old man. We're allowed in. Kind of surprised at that. Oh, wow. Lately even just sitting around puts a strain on my old bones. I hope I at least managed to finish writing this story. Oh yeah, the one that we tasked about Van Damme, wasn't it? Yeah, that's rough. Alright. Let me make one last check through the Merc group, make sure I've got everything, then we'll be on our way for finishing Ursula's stuff up. Alright, looks like we're good. Good news, friends! Empire issue permit for concert! Considering audience numbers and stage design, size of this concert is unprecedented! World record! World record? Is T-Tops trying to scare Ursula? T-Tops is only Nopon. Sometimes get overexcited. Apologies. Anyhow, preparations for concert be completed soon. Don't rest on laurels yet, friends. I don't know if I can manage it. It's fine. That's right. Just carry on as you've been doing and everything will be dandy. Right. Alright, so, T-Taps go ahead to Chacolo's Inn in Alba Cavendish. We hired Inna's green room. When friend Ursula ready, come rendezvous there. Still not done, huh? What, did you just force her into my party? Or, oh, you forced her out of my party. Okay. The plot thickens. Just hang on to this one for now.
I give you my all.
Actually, wait. Telos needs to work on building affinity, doesn't she? Although she also has... Well, I double-checked their affinity, and both Telos and Cosmos are ready to look at their blade quests. So,
Need for departure, Master.
problem is I can't remember where exactly their blade quests are located. I think it says on the notes, but I'm not going to fret over that just yet. Ooh, someone to talk to. Tolulu have new employer called Iona. Tolulu met Iona while playing on Waterway Flume by Great Stairway. Not much else to do while unemployed. But it turns out, being ticket collector at my MOBA Playhouse actually lots of fun. Only downside is that wages come out of Iona's pocket money, and that makes Tolulu feel bad. Oh hey, Nopon Wisdom.
Sorry it took me.
All friends returned safely!
Alright, let's go set that up for theory real quick. Very nice.
Nopon are irritable, yet cute. What a combination.
One of these days I'll figure out this. Although, do I have Praxis in play right now? Yeah, it doesn't look it. I'll have to check to see... Actually, you know what? Other way to check. Where is Praxis? I wonder if that'll be marked as done if I just work on this a little bit. Let's see. Go to the Royal Guard Barracks. So, actually, here's the next question. Have I actually completed that? Quest log. It's not in the list I've got. Okay, I have completed it. I probably just need to reach the point where... I probably just need to get further along then, huh? Alright, well, I can always bring Praxis out and do some grinding or something. Should be easy enough to sort that part out, if nothing else. Alrighty then, we'll figure it out. I heard King Bakura's favorite garden is down those stairs that start on Severin Palace Plaza. I bet it's super pretty. Oh, how I'd like to go one day. But I can't picture Her Majesty jumping to get to the ruins of Fountain Park. How in the world does she get there? Oh, maybe there's a secret passage that only the 6 noble houses can use. Or maybe she actually does jump because we're doing the way, well, going the method you least expect, right? Never thought I'd live to see the day when Uraya and more Ardane had to join forces to survive. Till now, Uraya and the Ardanians have only been looking out for number 1. I guess your way of thinking changes when the fate of the whole of Ulrest is at stake, though. But I mean, maybe it's a good thing. I guess we'll find out, won't we? I'll be very curious to see how the third game handles what relations end up surviving or breaking, as the case may be. Oh, what this? When will my father finally come home? My apologies, but your father is off on a mission right now. But the war's over. What sort of mission could it be on? Tell me the truth now. Where is he? I'm afraid that information is classified, and I'm not at liberty to discuss it. Ugh, fine. Forget you. What's this about? You're the Gothar mercenaries, huh? We hired some mercs ourselves recently, but they haven't made it back from the field yet. There was a bit of trouble with more Ardane out in Temperantia, right? Well, we sent 4 really tough guys on a surveillance mission, just keeping an eye on the Ardanian army and that. But then the war never came, we found ourselves with a nice easy armistice. The order to withdraw was sent out, but they're still not back. Maybe it never reached them, I don't know. If we send our troops to find them, the Ardanians might get the wrong idea. The fighting might start up again. So we're stuck. We can't send anyone on a search mission, so we're left hoping they'll just turn up. Which is where you lot come in. We'd like to ask you to mount a search mission. Find Bonard and his men, and bring them back. What do you say? We will? Thank you. We know that Bonard's squad was over by the Aegis Hammer on the first day. After that, though, we've had no contact, and they could be anywhere. To start with, you can head to the Aegis Hammer, see what you uncover from there. That girl from before is Bonard's daughter, by the way. Only child. I sent her away, said it was classified, but she's just as worried as I am, if not more. For her sake, I hope you come back with good news. Indeed. Alrighty, another thing to go hunting after. Although, hang on, did I forget to see to the mercs? Yes, I did. And since this one's not Wolfric, I can go see to other matters, right? Actually, yeah, may as well go looking for that doctor for Cole. Be on our way there. Okay, let's take a look at what we need. Uraya, right? Yes, skillful doctor. Okay. Botany's the easy one to fill out then, huh? So, but we need info collector first.
I'll apply myself fully.
Okay. No Palm Wisdom and Girls Talk are pretty specific. I should be able to get all I need from Botany, though. So that should do. Alrighty then. Ooh. Wolfric will be back soon. Yeah, I guess as soon as I'm done with this. Have you ever faced Indolon warrior monks in combat? I always thought they'd be pushovers, since they grew up in the peace-loving land of Indol, but apparently not. I don't know, the ones I've seen patrolling the Sanctum didn't strike me as very scary looking. Of course, Indolon folk are pretty lanky in general, so you'd think their weapons would be too heavy for them. Are these monks even Indolon at all? Could they secretly be training up refugees from Uraya or Gormott, or even more Ardain? Yeah, it's possible. I'd be very curious to see how many of them survived. Now that I think of it, how have I not seen an Indoline person yet? I feel like that should have been the first thing I noticed as I was moving along. How have I not run into anyone from Indol yet?
Nicely done.
Oh yeah, hey, one of the distribution centers. I'll worry about that later. Everyone who managed to get out of the way of the Ardanian army is okay, but my dad hasn't come back yet. We haven't heard from him, so we don't know if he's okay or if he's been hurt. I'll never forget what the Ardanians did. When I'm a driver, I'm gonna fight for justice with a light-type blade, and I'll teach those Ardanians a thing or two. Huh? Light-type blades are hard to find, you say? But if I just set my mind to it, I'm sure I'll be able to resonate with a really awesome one. Time will tell, I suppose. Now that I think of it, though, when the story ends, the Cloud Sea goes away, right? If that forms the basis of Titans and then core chips forming... Ooh, you're done.
It is I am my best self.
Caw, that's incredible!
Nice. Alright, another S-Blade.
This should help us on our
But I wonder how that's gonna work in the third game once the Cloud Sea dissipates. Because in theory, most everything is gone, right? Well, either way. Let's see. Well, either way, let's continue working. Let's see. One of the things I've been doing for the mercs is looking at the high trust blades and just saying, okay, you've probably got everything you need largely sorted for trust. So let's work on something else. Well, just try and work on the lower level ones. Get your... Because I'm pretty sure affinity nodes largely, well, by and large, don't change a whole lot. So may as well work on those, right? Or at least cycle through them a little faster. Though I probably could be a... Ooh, hello. Someone I've never talked to, I'm pretty sure. These Titans are packing some awesome power, but it has its limits. If there are many more clashes like that between Uraya and More Ardain, well, all their power will be spent, and that'll be it for this country. We think of Morardain as the enemy, but if the Titan goes down, then a whole lot of people are gonna die. That's not something I really like to think about. We should have tried to sort this out when we still had time to do it. Well, here we are anyway. Interesting that they would weaponize their primary Titan then, if that is a legitimate concern. You'd think they'd be better off weaponizing smaller Titans, if anything. Still, only so far that foresight, well, only so far that kind of thinking can get you if you, well, what's the idea? Mutually assured destruction, perhaps? You have to, so one person doesn't, and so now all of you feel you have to do it to keep up? Nuclear deterrent, yada yada yada. How many other phrases can I throw in here? It's supposed to be... really? Really? Okay then. How am I still hitting tutorials on Chapter 10? Oh yeah, I already checked that one out. And I don't just mean what I saw for near the end with regard to Nia and Pyra's Unified 8-Blade Combo 4. Either way. Terrible things happening in Alrest, but maybe big chance for Harula. Harula knows it's insensitive to think this way. Harula no, but this finally mean opportunity for Uraya and Morardain to work together. And that mean big chance for move to Morardain finally arrive. Harula going to disguise self as refugee and find way to Morardain. Harula going to be very busy. I'm sure. Alright, one last person to talk to. Acting agent of Nira is thick as two planks. We letting huge business opportunity get away. We choose to strictly sell at reasonable price for customers. What are you thinking? That not the merchant way. Shortage of goods means chance for a huge profit. This point where we hike prices up to monumental level. Chemomo missed days of Chairman Bana and Don. Back then we allowed to use any means profitable while possible to reap profit. Of course, Chemomo never dreamed of using illegal methods. Career would be over if caught. But merchants all about trust and understanding. It's important to crack down on crime. Just not my crime. Yeah. Anyway, I guess then next time we jump in, let's see, we've got, yeah, Indol's on the map, but it's inaccessible. I guess we make our way to Morardain, check up on, maybe check up on the garrison in Temperantia, just to be on the safe side. Check out Tantal and Letheria. At that point, I'm pretty sure we then move into, well, quest mode. You've got a lot to get through between now and, well, everything else, so I'll be very curious to see what we find along the way. Till then, I suppose we'll see how things play out. Take care.